Hi, I'm Dr. Chua, greeting all the dads out there, especially to those watching Adjusting Your Heart. Advance Happy Father's Day. I love reading and listening to stories, and I hope that you'll enjoy as well as learn from the lives of the 4 dads featured in this video. The first one I'd like to feature would be my own dad, Mr. Tian, aka Mr. Jose Pua. Look at these pictures. He always carries a smile, so people would be surprised to know that he's already 77 years old. Actually, he's turning 78 on July 4. My younger brother Jerry described my dad in 3 H: hardworking, helpful, handyman. And indeed, my dad is a handyman. After graduating high school from Chiang Kai-shek College, he went on to Mapua to take his electrical engineering. That's why he's very good in repairing appliances, like he could repair radio, electric fans, washing machine, TV, and the like. So growing up, money was tight. That's why Jerry treasured the first gift he received from my dad. It's something that he truly wanted, a basketball. Though not a very good player, Jerry enjoys playing basketball. And he said that another gift that he also appreciated was a big wooden chess set. At that time, Jerry didn't have any extra money to hire a coach. So having his own chess set motivated him to practice. In fact, I would remember that he'd buy books on chess. His perseverance paid off. When he became a chess champion at Ama Computer College and also at Chiang Kai-shek College. One unforgettable memory Jerry had about my dad happened after he came back from Taiwan. He stayed there for 3 months, but he couldn't find a job because he didn't have a residence certificate at that time. He didn't earn any money, but ended up in debt. So he felt ashamed and didn't want to meet anyone after he returned. But he decided to give Taiwan a second try. But he had no money to pay for the plane fare, and that cost around 15,000 pesos at the time. He was reluctant to ask money from my dad because he was afraid that he might get scolded. Because when he was younger, when he got into trouble or he made mistakes, he would get reprimanded. But with no other option, he took the courage and asked my dad for the 15K. To his surprise, Dad gave it to him without lecturing or without reprimanding him. And Jerry was very grateful and resolved to do whatever it takes to succeed. And God answered Jerry's prayers and blessed his career. I've shared his story in my previous video entitled How to Become a Resilient You. God also blessed him with a very lovely and devout wife named Ors. He met her at Home of Christ in Taiwan, and they're blessed with 2 handsome teenage boys, Jerrell Owen, or we call him JJ, and Jared Osborne, whom we call Old J. And you can see this other picture wherein Jerry treated our entire family to Din Tai Fung when we visited in Taiwan. And my youngest brother Jackson described my dad as hardworking, patient, and sacrificial. Jackson remembered accompanying my dad to buy merchandise in Divisoria for our store. He wasn't happy and complained that the stuff were heavy. They didn't even stop for snacks. But in retrospect, Jackson realized that this was my dad's way of teaching him that money is hard-earned and that he needs to be diligent. He also appreciated that whenever he returns from Taiwan, my dad would fetch him, even though sometimes it's midnight. And I'd like to add that I'm very thankful that my dad is a faithful husband. He didn't leave my mom when my mom had a stroke at the age of 45. He could have just bailed out and looked for someone else. He helped take care of my mom for the past 33 years. And because he stayed, they celebrated their 51st anniversary last June 7. And in my recollection, I can't remember my dad ever spanking me. Maybe that's because I'm mabait, I don't know. But he's very soft-spoken and seldom gets angry. And we truly thank God for our dad. My second guest is Pastor Arsenio Chan Sr. Look at his pictures. He just turned 83. He's blessed with a very lovely wife named Emmy, 4 kids, 10 grandkids, and 2 great-grandkids. In fact, two of his sons also followed his footsteps and became pastor. Pastor Desmond Chan, look at the picture, together with his wife, Pastor Jojo, they're now serving at CCF Bay Area. And Pastor Arsenio Chan Jr., or whom we call Tykes, with his wife and family, they're now currently serving at Davao Chinese Baptist Church. For Tykes, his dad's three positive traits are simple, servant spirit, and good singer. And I can attest to that because Pastor Arsenio, as well as Desmond, were my classmates at BSOP for 3 years, and I never saw him get angry. And Tyke says that two of his unforgettable memories about his dad was when his dad attended the high school sports fest just to watch him play basketball, and he was there cheering for him. Another instance was when his dad rendered a special song number during his senior's message at Phoebeus College of Bible. Incidentally, his dad also sang during his graduation. My third guest is Reverend Ed Banzuelo. He's now 83. He's blessed with his wife Min, 3 children, Pastor Jonathan and his wife Remy, Pastor Jebo and his wife Sister Glyza, and a daughter named Jennifer, who is married to Pastor Ed. He has 3 grandkids. Look at all these lovely pictures. So Pastor Jonathan admired his dad for being a family man. He said that his dad always included his family, especially in making decisions. As such, Reverend Ed and Sister Min just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Being a family man, he would take vacations with the entire family, and that would include hunting and fishing. He was also Pastor Jonathan's college professor and always challenged him to study and love his lessons. So much so that Pastor Jonathan finished his MA in philosophy at UP Diliman, and together with his wife, Sister Remy, they are now teaching in Phoebeus. Sister Remy also finished her MA in Ateneo and is also a registered guidance counselor. And you can look at this lovely picture together with their daughter, Hannah. Another of Reverend Ed's positive trait is that he's a disciplined man. When he commits to do something, he makes it a point to give it his best and finish it. In fact, I was so inspired when I heard him share his testimony at one of Gerizim Evangelical Church's Sunday service. He shared how he started out as a janitor in Phoebeus and eventually ended up being Phoebeus president from 1982 to 2007. My friends, that's 25 years. So talk about enjoying the fruit of his labor. And most important of all, Reverend Ed is a man of faith. His trust in God is nurtured by his daily prayer and Bible reading time. The last dad that I'm going to feature is the father of my good friend Poshan. Though he died at the age of 89, Posh remembers him with fondness. He's survived by his wife, Mrs. Sopiat Guat, with his daughter, Rosa, whose husband is Willie, and they have a daughter named Elizabeth. Posh said that her dad was very responsible. He ensured the wood manufacturing company he started with his friends was running well. It was a one-man show. Imagine he had to take charge in buying the right kind of wood, the right kind of machine. He would make the wood designs, he would prepare, run, and even fix the machine. He would do the cost computation, promote the product, so it's a one-man show. And he took care of the financial needs of his siblings, even helped support the children of his siblings. And another of her dad's positive traits was that he had a big heart. He chose to remember only the good things that people did to him, and he repaid them many, many times over. And he chose to forget those who looked down on him or those who had cheated him. Finally, she said that her dad was an overcomer. Nothing seemed to deter him from fulfilling his goals. Obstacles were stepping stones for him to become better, to find solutions, or to create something new. And Posh's dad was the traditional father who seldom talked or praised his children. So she was very touched when two of her friends visited her dad, and then to find out that her dad shared a lot of good stories about her. He even showed the visitors the poem that she wrote for him during Father's Day. And he told them that Posh is an eloquent speaker and translator because he himself was very good in declamation. And one of her unforgettable memory about her dad was when his tracheostomy got dislodged, so he was able to talk, and told her, "I'm okay already. I'm already 90, and what you've done is already enough." And a day or two before her dad passed away, he held Posh's hand and gave her a thumbs up. So what makes a great dad? I'll summarize it into 3 things. A great dad works hard for the family. A great dad spends time with the family. And a great dad loves God and his wife. I hope that you could share on the comment below what you admire or appreciate about your dad. And my challenge to all of you, do something special for your dad. And you can share it with me in the comments below. Who knows, you'll be featured next time. And I'd like to thank the following for supporting us: Amy Paredes, Dory Grace Lee, Joanna Louie, Jocelyn Lolim, Lily Tango, Shirley Go Lim, Dr. Vivian Yu. If you're blessed by this video, please like, subscribe, and share it to others. Enjoy your weekend.